not, I hope you're at least okay. Look, I have the spotlight working. You see? You see, you see, you see. Is it not? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But I'm excited. I also have some plants that I'm gonna put in there. And then let me see. Need to my Amazon because I ordered some grass. I don't know when that's getting here. Ah. What's today? August 4th. Holy fuck. How crazy is that? Let's see. Mark says, oh shit, you're gonna smoke or what? Wait, what do you mean? I don't smoke. What? Order grass. Oh, no, it's for the fish tank. Wait. That makes sense. Hi, Chaotic. I was so confused. Nice cover. No, I literally can't. I get like tested for all the stuff I do. I work with kids, yo. Well, it'd be fun though. Way back when, I used to have a fun time and smoke grass and do whatever. But it's been a long time. Would you believe it? Do you smoke grass, Marky Mark? Hi, George. I sent your letter, and wait. I want to show you something. You haven't for just over a year. Oh, nice. Is that something that you did often, or just like every once in a while? Wait. We'll be right back. Oh, not that often since 2016. Yeah. I don't know. Only when you were in the Netherlands. That makes sense too. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the knife. Right. I want you to know that I sent your letter, but I forgot that you sent me this, so I opened it off the stream and I was like, I'll do like a fake reveal, but I forgot. So and I'm not a good liar, so I just be like, wow. But hey, see, good night. Good night. Actually, I think it's really cool. Andrew was like, oh my gosh, that's the one that I was thinking about getting. So it worked out really well. He was really stoked. He was like, oh my god, this would be perfect. I'm not going to open it here on stream, but I'm going to use this. It's going to be great. I put it to the side. But anyways, aside from that, today is our miscellaneous day. We're going to hop back into things tomorrow. And then I have like an idea for some streams in the future. So, no spoilers. But look, I have the lighting set. Michael looks a little less creepy with the light on. But he's okay. I feel kind of bad for him. Because he's been a yakkadoodle Yancey. And I know he hasn't been eating a lot of my plants or anything. So, he's okay. But how are you guys? Has anything exciting happened? Are you guys having fun? How was your weekend? Hey, my. Oh, hi, Uppies. He's here. Oh, wait, you were here yesterday too. Oh my gosh, I forgot I streamed yesterday. I forgot about that. My says hi. Sometimes he likes to snuggle me, but most of the time he kind of like does his own thing because he's cutesy. So I think you a stinky butt. I love him. Oh, let's see. Okay, cool. I had to check grass for the fish. Can't remember what you did yesterday. Well, okay, sir, I've been very busy the past couple of days, just so you know. I had I had lots of homework to do yesterday. I've had, I don't know, nothing like super crazy. Lots of work, lots of home stuff, and then prepping for school, teaching and stuff. So we're gonna see how that goes. I got a lot of shit going on. Got a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Whatever will I do? I'm kidding. Wait, let me show up for my handsome boy. He's like a mother. Stop. It's like he's having an existential crisis. Okay, do you want to lay back down? Yeah, I'll keep petting you. Okay. He hasn't been feeling good. The vet says he might get better soon. I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on him. And he's eating, so he's good. Yeah. There's a little flu, we think. Anyways, what else have you guys been up to? I guess you guys were here. It sometimes is nice to like have a day in between because then I can be like, guys, look at all this stuff that we did. Now I'm just like, I'm here every day. I'm gonna need some adjusting. It's awkward. Mechanic says, how are you, Josie? I'm pretty good. I've just been chilling. I don't know, nothing too exciting. How about you, Chaotic? I've been kind of boring. Doing really good. I may be overreacting, but I'm finally feeling true like, ooh, nice. Nice. Life is just like, feelings just come and go, you know? So when you feel the good shit, that you like sink your claws into it and like slurp it all up. It's so great. George says, I spend 4 hours taking out an alternator on my sister's Tundra. Tomorrow, a new one goes back in. The Toyota engineer that put the alternator at the bottom of the engine needs to be punished. For sure. You know, if you like take pictures and stuff, you could probably be like, hey, let's get a discount for this. And I have peach soda. As per usual. There you go. So funny. Just like. Anyways. What could we do today? I have plants I could plant. Ooh. George says, I can change an alternator on my Chevy in 25 minutes. No, why did she take it in? I mean, does she pay you? Or does she give you, like, food? Is there, like, a brother, sister, like, exchange like that? Because that'd be nice. Josie, do you mind if I ask some political questions? I mean, sure, yeah. I'm not going to dive too deep into it if I don't want to, though. So some I might be like, blah. Others I might be like, blah, blah, blah. She feeds me in cold beer, too. Ayy. Ayy. Product says, so you're a socialist, right? Can be. Can be. Because you're asking me, like, investigating kind of, like, questions, I feel very hesitant to be like, this is exactly who I am and what I do. So I don't know what your angle is. But yeah, I would say I am adjacent. What for? I believe in a lot of socialist policies. So I'm wondering what's the difference between socialism and communism? Structure, how things are organized. Socialism, for the most part, is how do I say it? Socialism just means the idea of having the power be for the people, whereas communism is a set governance style where you allocate resources in a specific manner to the people, which is kind of like a form of leftism where there's also lots of other forms of leftism and government organization besides communism. Just so you know. There's many layers to it. We covered it a little bit in a couple of, I think it was a month or so ago. Something like that, but yeah. But that's the big difference. Socialism is the idea of it being for the people. Communism is a government structure, or the idea of a government structure. I also heard that socialism is a step towards communism, which is when there's no state anymore. Is that correct? Communism still has states. Communism isn't like anarchy. Anarchy is more decentralized, but how do I say it? It isn't necessarily a step towards communism. It's just a step towards left-leaning policies, which doesn't have to mean communism. Communism is one small structuring of government organization that is left-leaning or on the left side of things. But you can also have conservative communism too, which sounds crazy, but it can exist. Like right-wing communism, which we just call like, you know, dictatorships or fascist dictatorships, kind of like what the USSR did, where they allocate the funds that the people make towards the people in power, and they don't distribute it properly. So technically, that's the abuse of a communist system and structure. So many people, at least myself included, don't consider it because it technically isn't. But yeah. I see. Thank you for answering, Josie. Yeah. I don't know. Communism, it can be complicated. And it would take us quite a bit of time to, oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's fairly simple. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what you know about it or your frame of reference, but yeah. It's not what people think it is. It's just a form of governance. There's many other left-leaning forms of governance that still rely on an organized state, like democratic socialism. People say it's communism, or at least Trump does, but that's not even true. He's trying to like go after like democratic socialists and stuff like that, saying they're communists, but that's just abusing words because understanding that the propaganda and stuff like that that's happened in the past is why people say that. Like I said before, you're a lefty, but you don't have specific ideology, so you're still researching out different views. Yeah, I don't know. I think my perspective personally, being in like a box when it comes to a political ideology or a perspective can be dangerous because you're not going to fit into that typecast fully. You can have, that's why like I say I'm socialist adjacent because I do believe in a lot of those policies and I believe for like people having the power and stuff. But I also don't really yeah. Like there's lots of things about like any organization that you're not going to agree with fully. Just like with relationships with people. George says, maybe one of your history days you can cover the Russian Revolution and the communists coming into power. Oh, yeah. That'd be a really interesting one. I talk about it sometimes when I give, like, lectures and stuff, because it comes up. We talk a bit about Russia. And, some of my close friends are Russia. One of my, mentors is also Russian, and he's well, he knows Russian, and he lived in Russia for a long time, so we talk about it sometimes. But yeah, it's really interesting. Chaotic says, I see what you mean. Buying everything from political ideology is kind of lazy and dangerous, definitely. No, it's not even that. You're defending stuff that you can't understand. Like, there's always going to be things happening behind the scenes in governance that you're not privy to, or you don't get all of the information on. So if you're just like, oh, I'm like XYZ, and you say, like, I'm gonna vote for blah, 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 no matter what, if you're given an ultimatum, sure, but, like, you gotta be careful. Because then you stop thinking about what you're doing and your mind wanders, and then it puts you in a bad, like, situation. So you could be defending something that could be horrible. Like, a lot of people are like, hey, I feel bad about what happened with, like, the Jews in the Holocaust, right? So then I'm not going to dive super deep into it, but then they blindly defined Israel, but they don't know the history of Israel and what Israel's doing right now in Gaza. So because they don't want to take the time to dive into it, or they believe that everything in media-wise is like propaganda, it puts them in a bad spot, because then now that people are just like, oh, holy fuck, it's bad, they're having to sit there and be like, oh, it causes like an unnecessary ego death. But yeah, I would say I'm socialist adjacent. But if I had to fit into like a similar category, that's where I fall, which is okay. I just care about people having the ability to control their assets and stuff. Yeah. Chaotic says, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I sure hope so. I think about it a lot. Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of people are like that. It happens in interpersonal relationships a lot too. Like, people assume that, oh, let's say, hmm, like, if you're close friends with someone, but you've never seen, and you hear a lot of accusations of them like abusing women and stuff, but they've never abused you, or like whatever, and you just blindly defend them, and you're like, well, it's never happened to me, it's never been bad to me. That's like a kind of lazy perspective, because that's assuming that you're going to be able to see every single side of someone, which you can't. And that's why a lot of people will defend abusers, because they'll be really great to some people and then really horrible to other people. And people can't understand that two things can be true at the same time. Like, someone can be really kind to a lot of people, but also insanely fucked up to a lot of other people. That's why fucked up people can use good actions like charity work or whatever as a way to cover up their fucked up misdeeds. Which is like, it all comes out in the wash eventually. Like, fucking, it can take like a decade or even decades for it to happen, but it eventually always happens. And then they're just fucked. So that's why a lot of people can be mistrusting of people who do a lot of good things, because they always think that they're trying to hide something. But the people who are actually trying to hide something are generally the ones who get a pass and everything, which is wild. So it's like, people are like, I can read people so well, but really you can't, like, at all. Because is someone being braggadocious about what they do? Or are they just doing things behind the scenes and then it just comes up casually and that's how you learn about it? Or are they just sitting there like, I do all this and I do all that and I do all this? Or, like, I don't know. Like, what's their motive? And if you can't figure it out, then you're just like, ah. Because you can ask people, like, why do you do this? And most people, like, have a reason for helping out a specific community or for helping someone out. And if they can't give you a reason, that's a red flag. And that's how you can tell usually. If they're just like, oh, but it's just the right thing to do, then you're just like, is it the right thing to do, though? Is it the right thing to do? Because that means that they don't want to tell you the real reason. Sure, maybe it's like a personal reason they don't want to talk about, but, you know, that's how you clock that shit. Chaotic says, true, people aren't good or bad. We're usually just gray on the spectrum in regards to that. No, people can be bad people. Like, people are people, and people are bad people. Like, if you take advantage of people, and then, like, yeah. Like, killing people is bad. Assaulting people is bad. Like, you're a fucked up person if you take advantage of people who have, like, mental health problems or who are relying on you and you're in a position of power. Like, you're a bad person. You can do arguably good things and still be a horrible, fucked up person. It's like saying, like when people say that Hitler was a good person because he was vegetarian and he gave to children's charities and he promoted people having kids. Like, you can do arguably good things and be a horrible, fucked up person. Calix says, when I say we are gray, I mean that the combination of good and bad, never on the extremes. But I get what you mean. Bad actions count more than good actions. No, it doesn't mean that it counts more than good actions. It's just you are the sum of all of your actions. And when you do something that puts a shit stain on who you are as a person that is irredeemable, like preying upon people who are in vulnerable positions so you can gain status, money, or any of that stuff, then you're just a straight up fucked up person. And unless you decide to, like, do a redeemable thing, like give back to all of the people who lost everything because of you and commit your life to repairing those relationships, you're not gonna get, like, any redemption arc from most of anybody. Because when they find out, that's, like, an unforgivable. And then they'll just use you. Like, they won't be able to trust you. There's no going back from that. There's reasons why, like, horrible fucking people kill themselves when they get caught. Because you know it's irredeemable. Like, nobody will trust you with shit again because it's, like, you can't, like, if you can't pay it back, then why would you do the exchange of being selfish? Because I don't think people understand that relationships are inherently not just like currency. Like, you shouldn't give something to someone unless, like, you know, you're okay with losing it, right? But, like, when you do something to, like, and you put something out there, it's never going to be a secret forever. And it doesn't just, like, disappear if you do a bad thing or if you do a good thing. It's something that will come back. Like, maybe people lie about you, maybe people will do about that or shit like that, but then eventually the truth always comes out later on. And then you're no longer trustworthy and you can't redeem that, because if that person, like, if you slander someone and they kill themselves because they lose everything and everybody around them, you can't bring that person's life back. Everyone's going to know that it was your fault, you know? Which is why people are so, like, not even that, but, like, that's an example because this entire month I've been donating to, or at least I've had, like, a fundraiser for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And that's, like, a big topic that I've had while talking about it with other people. Like, you can't bring someone back. You can't erase the fucked up shit that you've done. And that's why it's my personal belief system to not take it to the point where you can't take that shit back. Because everyone fucks up, right? But if you intentionally do something and you feel like someone deserves it, then you're actually taking morality into your own hands and you're being fucked up. Like, it's not your job to execute morals on other people because they're going to get their shit handed to them regardless. And you don't always have to be the person to deal that to someone. But if you take it in your hands to do that, for most things, like unless they do something like take someone's life or like there's lots of like, you know, conditional things. Like obviously you can yell at someone who's done fucked up shit. And you can be like, stay the fuck away from me, like do that stuff. That does not make you a bad person. Arguably, it's keeping them away from you and keeping yourself safe. It's self-defense. But like if you drive someone to the point where someone gets seriously hurt, someone loses everything, and like the community will know about you and you will not be able to rebuild unless you're around other people who are like that. But if you can't have a community to use anymore for whatever you are doing, then the people who are like you are going to clock that you no longer have a supply anymore, and they're just going to abandon you. And you'll just end up like, maybe not with no one, but you'll have to be asking for the help, and people will probably not want to give it to you because of how you treated other people. Kofi says, a new donation from George. Thank you, George. Kofi says, Jesus. But yeah, it's just how it is. Don't dish what you can't have dealt back to you. You'll be fucked. Thank you, George. I'll be, that's good because tomorrow I'm actually switching it out for, you know, I'll be switching it out for a different charity, which I will be showing later. So thank you, George. I'll be for tomorrow. I wanted to get one more donation in before you changed it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I know that they'll be appreciative too. Usually they'll like send letters or whatever. So I'll tell you what they say if they say anything, which will be nice. But yeah. Sorry to make it so like deep or whatever, but that's the piece that like keeps me going, you know? Because I'm just like, yeah. You know, and watching that karma unfold as I've gotten older, like not even seeking it out. I don't follow anyone's like social media from my past or whatever. I just get told by other people. I'll like run into people and they'll be like, oh yeah, did you hear about this happening? And like no one likes them anymore. And I'm like, oh shit. And then they'll be like showing me stuff and I'm like, okay. Or like, you know, it's just, I feel like you get shown, you know, the fucked up things that happen to the people who harm other people around you or you. And it's nice. It's like karma. It's not really deep thoughts. It's just kind of like reality. I don't know. Maybe it is deep thoughts, but I don't view it to be that deep. Sorry. George says, I had 2 people in my life who chose that way to leave. It's rough. Yeah. Me too. I've talked about it before on stream. And I don't know. Like, I always feel really bad for the people who've done that. And that's the reason why, like, for me, even though life has been insanely hard, I haven't taken that route because I choose to keep living for the people who couldn't make it through the things that we were going through together, you know? And it's like, I don't know, it's annoying as fuck because then I just have to sit there and I'm just like, why couldn't we do this together? Like, you know, do the life thing together. But it's just how it is. And there's only so much that you can do. But yeah. Caddick says, by the way, how's the fishes? What do you mean the fishes? I don't have any fish right now. I have snails in my other fish tank. But they don't really do anything. Hello.
You know.
Do you feel clean?
Yeah.
Less jittery?
Very happy.
Andrew had caffeine late, so he's freaking out.
Not really. I'm just slightly jittery. I also have to deal with a client that makes me annoyed.
He was like rage baited.
Not really. I keep giving these people solutions, and they keep going, yeah, we're not really a fan of that. And I'm like, okay, let me find another one. And then they're like, yeah, but like,
George says hi. Oh, tell him that you were excited about the knife.
Yeah, I am excited about the knife because I need a Santoku because all I have is an 11-inch chef knife.
He's gonna probably use it a lot too.
The built-in knife sharpener.
That looks
sharpens
really
edge with
interesting.
every use.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Is it edging?
It is, technically.
Wow.
Here you go.
I am tape. You can just put it in the kitchen if you want to.
You go.
No, I got it?
Mhm.
Why?
Your thing.
My
Oh, you have a
thing.
Michael.
I do have a Michael.
Nice.
He's been really sweet. Yeah. What's going to... Yeah, it is going to work great. I'm really excited. Andrew is looking at one like this. Yeah. This one.
Alright, y'all having a feely conversation.
Savage.
Cool.
Is it feely? Don't you want to talk about
You're
suicide,
saying
Andrew?
you know, which normally is what you say when you're doing the like a feely conversation. So I'm gonna.
What do you mean?
It's a tell.
What? Do I say...
Look at your bots.
I don't watch my...
Well,
Sometimes I do.
if you want to know. But yeah, no, you kind of. Whenever you're talking about like sad parts about life or just like moderately depressing things, you're always saying, like,
Yeah.
Am I right?
What is this?
Does she say that a lot?
Why
She
do I?
says, when she's talking about feely stuff. There's an ad break. Foul.
I think most of everybody here does that. Oh, are we gaming tonight?
Most of this. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's right. I'm gonna wait till after the ad to touch on what Chaotic said.
That seems fun.
Is it fun?
Not for me.
Not for you. Why no?
I'm good.
Andrew's just like, no thank you. He's like, too deep for me. It's still going. A dance. You see this? This was a pimple. I didn't really like pop it on purpose. It just kind of started happening. I was like, oh, well, ha. Oh, I'm like a frog. You know, some people's tongues are so big for their mouths that they can't like it's always like, I don't know how to do it, but like you can like see it. R.I.P. them. That's rough. You can get like tongue. Oh my gosh, swallowing. Tongue reduction surgery, which is weird. But I get it. Versus, did you get a little sun tonight? Kind of. It's also like the lighting. It's a little bit different because of that light back there that like changes everything. So it like, usually I went on like a long walk today after it stopped raining. And I think that's why. And I didn't put sunscreen on. That's why. I forgot sunscreen this morning. Oh well. Chaotic said, sorry, Chaotic, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I'll just mention it really quick. Chaotic says, I have one person in my life who committed suicide. I don't know the specifics of why he did it, but people told me he was struggling with depression, and the event that made him do it was because his girlfriend broke up with him. I guess I'll never know about his reasons. Yeah, you never really get to know. That's like the thing. You get to know some things, but the people closest know why. They're just like, yeah. Or there's people that like they caused it, but they'll blame it on other people, and they'll just be like, oh, it's that person's fault. It's that person's fault. But usually it's someone who they just use them as a scapegoat because it's convenient, not because it's actually true. Because then they can all have like their whole little group of people still, and they don't have to hold anyone accountable. And then someone else does it, and then they're just like, wow, I wonder why we keep seeing people struggle with this. Because instead of putting everything on that person, they just put it on someone else. And it's like, same result. Who would have guessed? Not me. Anyways, George says, yeah, I did get sun. I did get sun. Okay, my mate, I'm gonna move you. Oh, good. I'm gonna keep it like this because you're making my leg hurt. Oh, oh. No. He's such a good boy. But I know, he's so cute. I love him so much. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next charity we're gonna be working with. I don't know. Maybe you guys will like it, maybe you won't. They're really chill though. I really enjoy them. And I'm really tired today, by the way, guys. That's why I'm so like, eh. I had to do my animation today too. Which they usually take me kind of like a little bit. I wonder how good it would be if I actually like spent more than 4 to like 8 hours on it. A lot of people do animations that take like days. Like 32 hours. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa. He's so cute. I love him so much. Baby. But yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? It's Miscellaneous Mondays. So we're gonna talk about anything. Interesting. Can you talk about your animation? It's Hope if you don't want to talk about it. What do you mean, Hope? You mean like, okay? I don't know. It's just something I do. It's okay if you don't want to talk about it. I don't know. It's just a thing. I just kind of like make stuff and I'm like, okay. And I do it like once a week. I have like a thing I'm doing with it, but that's about it. I'm sorry, my English is just shitty today. That's okay. I can get like that too sometimes. Yeah, I do it like every week. Rain or shine, whenever I got time. Sometimes I wait till Monday. Sometimes I do it earlier in the week. I like finish it on Sunday and then yeah. But it's cool. It's a good outlet. It's like I don't know. I kind of the art community in the area is kind of goofy. Like I have not necessarily struggled to like work in the art community, but then yeah, I have because people will see me and they'll be like the last art showing I did sucked a bit, and not because it was like bad, it was just because like or that my art was bad or anything. Because lots of artists were like, yay, but one of the people who like helps out with a lot of it was like really rude to me, and coincidentally they're in charge of like a lot of art stuff in the area, and they were like, oh well, we don't really need like I've been getting a lot of this stuff lately, like I don't know, like I'll be someplace and then like I don't know, I get I'm not gonna be like, oh, I get like bullied a lot, but I kind of do. And I've been talking to people about it and trying to understand more about like why. But it's more like people don't really ask me questions about my life, and I don't really talk a lot about it because I don't know. It just doesn't come up, so I don't say anything. It's not like I'm gonna sit there and be like, this is what's happened to me and like overshare everything. I talk about a lot of stuff, like especially on stream, but like not most of the things happening in my life. I would just go like, look, here's some. Like most of you guys didn't even know I was in school, at least for a while. So like, yeah, I just share like some stuff. But people make assumptions because they'll like fill in the blanks. And like at my workplace, my manager, she was like, "Oh, well," she was saying a lot of really rude things to me. And I was like, she's technically like not my manager, but she's more of like a legacy worker. And she's been using me as like a scapegoat for stuff. And this is just one of my jobs. I have other jobs where things go like great, so like it's fine. But she just kind of like started blaming stuff on me. So I've been getting text messages from like other workers being like, hey, we heard that you did this. And I'm like, look at the tapes. Never did that. I don't even know how to use that thing. And then they're like, oh, and it's all kind of coming back to her. And she's getting mad at me and still trying to be like really rude to me. Which is fine. I don't know. I've been there for a long time. So it's like, okay, you just won't start the drama and you're gonna quit soon anyways, because that's like what you've been telling everyone. So maybe you won't get a quit because maybe that's your karma or whatever. But yeah, but I remember, I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but yeah, she was just saying like a lot of like really mean things to me. So I'll just be like, yeah, I don't know as much about that. And then she'll just be like, oh, well, you don't really know a lot about anything. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you're gonna be like that now. Or like, I'll be like, oh, well, because I'll be honest if I don't know about something. She'll be like, well, you don't know about anything. And I'll be like, okay. And then she'll just be like, I'm surprised that you feel comfortable talking about the things that you do. And I'm just like, okay. And then she can't back it up with anything. And I'll say, like, I'm surprised that you feel comfortable saying that, because you don't know about that stuff. How could you correct me on it? And then she's just like, well, it's just how would someone like you know? Because she thinks I'm just like a blonde bimbo and like that I don't know anything because of how I look. And that's been something I've been having to deal with a lot ever since I've been like taking care of myself more. People just like assume that I'm really stupid, and then if I say something, they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't know anything about that. But then they'll take my advice and like follow through with it. And I'm just like, so I shouldn't know anything about stuff, but then you do everything that I recommend. So I just stopped recommending things. And now that I've done that, she's been like really rude to me, but that's okay. I do really believe in karma. No, I think that people are really not bright. Like most people, or a lot of people, don't really think about what they do, and they just kind of do the same thing over and over again because they haven't been checked. So, like, you're gonna do something to the wrong person and you're gonna get your shit fucking wrecked. But for me, I'm not like that. I'm the person that's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't do much. So it's like, I mean, that you guys know of. I don't know. It just depends on the circumstance. So it's like, whatever. But there's people who will, like, if you fuck with them, they're gonna, like, destroy the shit out of you. And then I'll just sit there and watch. And you'll be like, help me. And I'll be like, no. No. And, yeah. So, like, people, that's what karma is, IMO. Like, and sometimes people get instant karma. They do, like, fucked up shit to people, and you'll, like, I've watched people say something really, like, cruel to somebody, and then they just eat shit. Like, immediately after. Not even to me. Just, like, other people. Like, I'll have someone be, like, gossiping I'll, like, overhear someone gossiping, or they'll be like, oh, this person is like so and so, and it's like clearly not true, and they'll just trip and eat shit. Or people who are like taking money from people and suddenly all of their finances go to shit and they lose like all the money that they like basically took advantage of another person to get. And then they're like, wow, I have no money. And I'm just like, I don't know. Sometimes someone's karma is their own consciousness. Sometimes there's going to be social consequences, but sometimes people don't get karma in their lives. Not that you see, though. That's the thing. Sometimes people never being aware of their impact on other people and feeling like they're constantly the victim is a great fucking karma. Because, like, there's people who are like, they can't accept that they've done something bad, so they victimize themselves because they're like, oh, this person confronted me, or like, oh, I feel bad when I don't know. They'll just like feel guilt or whatever, and they don't understand what it is because they don't really know how to process the emotions in that circumstance, and then they put the feeling on the other person, so they start being cruel to the other person, doing whatever, and then when it doesn't really work out and like time shows, people start avoiding them, and then they're like, oh, they think that they're the victim and that something happens and that's why people avoid them, but it's like, no, you're the fucking problem. but you can't accept that. So, and for me, I just kind of leave people be. Like, I have lots of people that I'm close to, but also lots of people that I'm not as close to, you know? So, like, when you have someone who's, like, consistently, like, the victim in every single relationship, and it's not them leaving people, everybody's leaving them all the time, then it's like, there's probably something going on here. And I'm not trying to, like, overgeneralize, you know? But it's, like, a red flag, and you just, like, pay attention to what people are struggling with, you know? And be like, oh, is it the environment that you were in that's really bad? And that's what, like, caused people to, like, not want to be around you because you no longer fit in, you know? Or sometimes people change and they just don't get along with the group anymore, and that sort of thing happens. But you gotta, like, take time. Don't just, like, assume. Talk to people and, like, yeah. And especially talk to the person who, like, left. See if they're, like, self-aware of it. If they're not self-aware and won't own up to any mistakes or whatever, then yeah, that's, like, a red fucking flag. Don't talk to them. Caddick says, I know someone whose their grandma was a serial killer and she was never caught in life, so that's why I say some people don't get karma in this life. How do you say that she didn't get karma? You know? You never know. You never know. Maybe they were insanely guilty about everything that they did and they had to live with that. And they just kept doing it. Yeah, a lot of the times, though, there are times where, like, victims never get justice while they're alive. And there's times where, like, the bad people don't get justice, you know, while they're alive. But it's not really, like, that's not always what you think it's going to be, you know? And then that's kind of that's how it is. That's a possibility, but that's just speculation. Can be. But you also don't know that person's entire life. So, like, maybe the person who was, like, the serial killer or whatever was never able to have, like, any community or anything at all, and that was their karma, you know? And I'm not saying that, like, a higher power or whatever was dealing it with, like, telling them that, hey, you get this, you get that, or whatever. But, like, I'm not going to dive insanely deep into it, but people will punish you socially and shit like that, and you'll probably not have connections with people. Even if you're, like, a good person, you just don't blend in. If you don't blend in with people, regardless of being a good or a bad person, you're not going to be able to have, like, community. You're not going to be able to, like, have a lot of things. That's why a lot of people have to go other places to get that. And even then, it's not always great, you know? I think a lot of bad people rely on the idea that they, like, not getting caught means that they're okay and it validates what they do. But sometimes, like, I don't know. How do I say this? Sometimes not getting caught all the time is punishment because sometimes people want to get caught. Sometimes people do horrible, fucked up shit because they want the attention that comes from it, or they want, like, whatever that comes from it. And I'm not saying that they like, the victims are not, like, victims or whatever, but I'm just saying that, like, you don't know their motivations behind what they were doing. You don't know enough. And I'm not saying that, like, karma is, like, this big, like, cosmic thing or whatever, but I don't know. I think a lot of people get not necessarily punished, but, like, you get what you give, you know? You get what you give. And for me, like, I've taken the time, at least with, like, the horrible people who've done, like, really bad things to me and have gotten away with it, or people that I know and I care about who've gotten, like, quote unquote away with it. How do I say this? Every single one of them has not either, like, had horrible things happen to them in return, gotten their karma from other people or circumstances, or like never have their biggest wishes or whatever. When it comes to like killing people and stuff, that's fucked up. And I don't know. Chaotic says, and some people feel so guilty about stuff that they do. They want to be caught but don't have the guts to confess and will live without the rest of their lives. Yeah. And some people, like, they're just like, oh, and then they keep up the charade. Like, the minute that they're caught, they're like, oh, I've gotten it so long. And I think, like, the best, or one of the best forms of karma is being forced to fucking sit with it and have everyone around you think that you're someone that you're not. Because that like sows the seed of self-destruction. And there's some things that are unforgivables. So it's either you have to say it's okay for you to do something, and that means that you think it's okay for everyone else to do the thing, and that will show in how you interact with people. So if you think it's okay, if you steal from people a lot, especially like it's not because you need food or whatever, or like you're stealing from like a Walmart so that you can feed like your kids, or like so you don't starve to death, right? Like you're stealing from people because you want something and you want something that they have, or you're not like, you know what I mean? Like everything's on a spectrum. But if you're doing it because you specifically want something that someone else has and you're not justified in taking it, like there's no reason for you, other people will do those things and you won't be able to like empathize with the person who's been a victim properly. It will show in who you are, the stuff that you fucking do. Like it will show. And it's not even like, oh, like sometimes people struggle with empathy or whatever. No, not even that. It's like people will just be like, they'll either overreact to things or they're going to underreact to it. It just doesn't line up. And it's not aligned with like mental illness or whatever, like, or even a disability. It's just like that one specific thing. They just can't be like, they can't cover themselves right. Or if they see someone, or if someone steals from them, they like overreact and they're like, how dare someone do that to me or whatever. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like you'll be able to tell because of how someone acts, which is like weird to say, but it's easy. I don't know, you can just like clock it because there'll be other things that like go against their values, which are like almost like people's morals, right? And it's really hard to change someone's values. And if you value yourself over anybody else around you, people can clock that shit. You think that you're more deserving of what other people have and you should be in charge of that shit, people will clock that and you'll be fucked. And you won't be able to like not necessarily maintain anything, but people can clock that shit. I don't know how to describe it. I know it probably makes me sound like a little crazy or whatever, but I really don't think it does. I think it's just easy to clock that. Because when you see it, you see it. And you're just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, they're just like that. I don't know. But yeah. Most of the time, though, people will say that they forgive themselves when they really don't. And they'll have to justify it, you know? They'll have to, like, paint the other person to be a bad person and, like, oh, it's justifiable to take from them because they have such and such and such, or they won't miss it or whatever. But, or they'll just come up with a reason to hate someone so that they can be like, oh, well, it's okay for me to do this. But deep down, they know it's not true. And when they say their justifications to other people, they'll be like, oh, do you have evidence for that? Like, people figure it out. Like, it's not gonna be good enough cover. It's more for the person who's saying it than for people around them. Because people around them will be like, oh, that's bullshit. You don't hold anybody else to that standard, but you hold this person to that standard, and you took all their shit. Like, oh, that makes sense. And that's how you know. Yeah. I think that's like the biggest tell. Like, if everybody else is held to a certain standard, except for the person that they did something negative to, then they're held to, like, a higher standard where they're not allowed to do certain things. Oh, yeah, you fucked them over. And I noticed that in my own life. Like, especially, like, I don't know, this might be awkward, but, like, when I was younger, I would, like, really, really young, like, I'm talking, like, middle school, high school, because I learned about this in middle school. I was like, oh, you did something fucked up, and I can tell you did something fucked up because you're holding everybody else in the friend group to a lower standard than this person. And this person is coincidentally the person that you keep, like, being mean to. You keep, like, hurting their feelings. It's okay to not like someone, but you're clearly holding them to a different standard because your other friends are doing the same shit and you don't give a fuck. But this person's doing it and now you care? Huh. Huh. And I think it's important to, like, clock you, like, yourself when you're holding people to standards that you don't hold to other people around you. Everyone should be held to the same standard. Does not matter how close they are to you. That's what ethics are to me. So, like, I'm not going to let you get away with shit just because you have a certain title with me. I don't care, like, how long I've known you. I don't give a fuck about that shit. And people in my life know that because the longer I know them, they're like, oh, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm like, actually, no, it's not fucking okay. Bye. And then I never talk to them again. And they're like, wait, they'll come back. And I'm like, no. And then years later, usually 3 to 4 years later, they reach out to me and they're like, well, you know, like, I didn't really mean it. And I'm like, no, you were not holding me to the same standard that you were to everybody else around you who was in, like, my level of relationship with you. So, like, clearly you don't like me. So why would I want to be around you? You're showing me who you are. I'm going to listen. And when you do that to people, and you yourself are holding someone to a different standard, and there's stuff that you do or someone does that, like, grinds your gears, but you don't care if other people do it, there's something deeper going on. So, like, sit there and be like, okay, why am I mad at someone who's doing this when, like, I don't care if other people do that? Do I just not like them? Whatever. And then that's a time for self-reflection, not to take it out on the person that you're not understanding. Yeah. George says, yeah, you'll see a lot of that in the workplace also. Oh, yeah, for sure. It happens at every workplace that I've had. Whether it's, like, I'm the person who gets it or someone else is the person who gets it. It's something that, I don't know. I've worked in a couple of places where it's happened, and I'm just like, okay. And then I'm like, you don't hold other people to that standard. And they're like, well, yeah, but they have blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. That's a reflection of you. And that's okay. And then if you call them out for it, oh, they get pissed because you make them uncomfortable. And then they don't have the ability to self-reflect because that means that they would have to look inside and be like, why am I being mean to this person who doesn't deserve it? And that eats them away. It fucks them up. Oh. And then they gotta deal with it. And then it's not you. It's gonna be someone else who brings out the same insecurity or, like, the same, like, whatever that they're dealing with. And they're just gonna keep doing that shit. It's just who they are. You know, and that's why I don't get mad about it anymore, because I'm just like, oh, yeah, no, because there's been times with people where, like, I clock it, and they're just like, oh, well, you know, why didn't you, like, yell at me? Why didn't you give me a reaction? Why didn't you do that? And I'm just like, because that's who you are. And somehow that makes them so much more angry, and it makes things, like, they just implode, you know, because they can't argue with that. It is who they are. And they have to make the change. You can't make that change for them. That's their decision to change. And they have to take the initiative to do that. And if they don't want to do that, then if not me, it's going to be another person. The minute I leave, there's going to be someone else that triggers that insecurity in them or, like, makes them uncomfortable in a certain way, and they're going to hold someone else to higher standards that doesn't deserve to be held to those standards, and they'll get fucked over again. And then eventually people are going to start clocking it, and they're just going to be like, oh, you're just insecure. Okay. Sorry, chaotic is like a stretch. Yeah. I don't know, it's happened a lot. It's something you learn. If you're observant with people, you'll learn about it. It's just how people are. And every person's like that. Every single person. Even yourself. Even I can be like that. Which is why you need to be self-aware and find in what relationships are you like that. Because if you can clock it, you can make yourself a better person. But if you choose to blame that on other people and just keep doing it, then you're going to stay a fucked up person. And that means accountability and self-accountability, which for a lot of people, they can't handle because they've been doing it for so long. And then they have to accept that, oh, it really is their fault. And then they have to be accountable not only to themselves, but the community that they utilize to target that person. Which usually means they get kicked out of the community. So, that's what I'm talking about with karma. If you don't play the games with them, then you're fine. This is just who they are. George gets it. I don't know. You learn it. You learn it through work and like workplace relationships. I just grew up like being a corporate kid. I was a nonprofit girly. Like that was my whole life growing up. So I saw it like I saw it from a really young age because I had to be around adults doing that to one another. And I was like, oh, adults are just like kids. It never gets better. And that's how I learned like tactics about it. Because I was like, oh, okay, bet. And most of the time, people will just listen to you if that's who you are. And George says, yeah, I've seen it all my life, yeah. It's just how it is. But then the people who do it, they think they're so slick. It's so funny to me. They're like, nobody knows. No one can tell. But everyone can tell. They just let you do it because, one, they either find it funny or they just accept that that's who you are. And they don't trust you with shit. And they're just like, oh, that's just who you are. Or they're using you. And they just understand that that's like your flaw. And if they want to get what they want from you, then they have to accept it. Or if you're like, if it's your manager or whatever, you just have to be like, okay. You know, like you're just going to do that. And you don't stay in those work environments because, you know, it's just not going to get better. And usually it gets worse a long time before it gets better. And yeah. People are just insecure sometimes. And it's just, yeah. I don't know. It feels so awkward to talk about, but it's true. And it's like, once you get that and you work on yourself with it, it's easier to have better relationships. And then you don't take things as personally anymore, because then you're just like, oh, you're just like that. That makes sense. Oh no, I really want this candy. That's some candy. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, George, it's true. George says, in the workplace, you have to let a lot of it go by because lots of times they'll want you to react to it and never give them the satisfaction. I know. It's what you got to do. Like, I will legitimately not like play stupid, but I'll just gloss over it because I'll be like, oh, that's just who you are. And if you gloss over it, people are like, oh my God, she didn't even react to that. And then they sit there and they think about what the person said. Because if you react to it and you say something like defending yourself or whatever, then the attention's on you. But if you just don't even acknowledge it whatsoever, people are like, oh wait, they said something and you didn't say anything back. And then they're like, what did they say again? And they're like, holy fuck, they said this to you right in front of me and you just brushed it off. It just makes them look like shit. And they'll like shut off, they'll like explode on you. Alright, bye, chaotic. And then if you eventually call them out, then they'll lose their minds. I'll see you in a couple of days. But yeah, giving them the satisfaction just like, it feels good. Because that's how people clock it too. Because it's just like, oh yeah, it doesn't work on you. And then it may make people intimidated by you, but it's not even taking the high road. Honestly, it's just kind of being like, oh, haha. It's like super fucking condescending to have someone do fucked up shit to you and just not react. It drives them crazy. Because they're forced to acknowledge that that is who they are. And George says, I like to keep them thinking about it. Tell me. I want to know a story. Oh, it's so sour. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Woo. Oh my god. Grabbed too many over the years to remember. I know. It's like, in my personal opinion, I think it's, holy shit. I think it's low-key, like, kind of nice, you know? Because you really don't have to do a lot to people. You really don't even have to do, like, anything. Ooh. Like, I don't know. It happens, and you're just like, okay. And if you don't let it get to you and you just go to the next place, then, whatever. It's one of those things where you're just like, oh, yeah. Well, that's who you are. And people lose their fucking shit. It's so crazy. And it's not trying to get a reaction out of someone, Because, like, a lot of times they don't always react. But, like, they fucking hate you. And they just don't say shit to you. They're just like, and they get so bitter. They get so bitter. I think it's funny. But it's just people. People are weird. And sometimes I get insecure too, Insecurity is normal. It just tells you to do something different with yourself. Ooh. Eyes are like, hmm. George said I had a major one back in 2004. At work, not much to cover here. I'll put in a letter. Oh, vibes, yeah. People are just like, they're bitter. They just get bitter about shit, and it's fine. And George, you have like a pretty good life, So like, there's a lot to be jealous of. I'm just saying. I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable, but like, you have a good life. Like, in my own personal life, I don't really share a lot of things that I have going for me that like people would Oh no. I just try not to share too much. But then people get upset anyways, and they get bitchy anyways, and you're just like, I've had like people straight up like try to destroy my life to the point where they wanted to like fill in my place with a lot of things. I've had people copy everything that I do, shit on me to everybody around me, and then when people clock that shit, they're just like, oh fuck. And it's people that you wouldn't even expect too. And even if you feel like you have nothing, people still do that shit, and you're just like, right. George says, hey, they got their Kaima. It came back to them quick. Hell yeah, George. Hell yeah. It's just part of life. And it honestly, it's like a test. I try to view it as a test, you know? I'm like, am I going to be who I say that I am with people? Am I going to like maintain my integrity? Am I going to try to keep being who I am as a person? Or am I just gonna like just succumb to what they say and, you know, just take it? I don't know. I feel like you have a choice in a lot of things. Are you going to be who they say that you are? Or are you going to be who you say that you are? That's a choice. Ooh. Oh my god, it's so sour. But it's so good. I love it. Mm. Mm-hmm. George says it was a test for me because I was doing my normal thing and they decided to shit on me. Vibes. Oh god, yeah. When people do everything that they can to pull you out of their character because they'll use that as ammunition against you, which is fucked up. I've had my own personal family do that to me, which fucking sucked. Like my family that wanted to justify what they did to me did everything that they could. Like I'm not going to dive too much into it, but I had relatives who like would bring up my eating disorder out of the blue when I was in recovery. And they would just be like, "Oh, are you comfortable eating that? Like I know you like have had an eating disorder, so like why would you feel comfortable eating that? Like shouldn't you be like more focused on dieting and stuff?" And I was like in recovery. And they just kept bringing it up. And I told them, I was like, hey, like, this is not something I want to discuss. And they would say it in front of people. So, like, I'd be, like, out at a restaurant. And they'd be like, oh, right. Like, isn't that, like, shouldn't you, like, order something a little bit more? Because, like, you know, you're in recovery from, like, your eating disorder. And I'd be like, oh, so, like, you can't have something be private or whatever. You just have to bring it up and tell everybody here that I've, like, struggled with this. Okay. Or you have to say that, like, because I didn't have something that I was allergic to, it's because of my eating disorder, not because of my food allergy. Interesting. Interesting. Because I've been in recovery for a long time, telling people things that just aren't true, or like people will like bring shit up that's sensitive and like use it as, like, sometimes people do this. Most people, it's just, it's gross. But yeah, I'm glad that hopefully, it sounds like you passed your test, George. But yeah, it just shows their character. Like, reacting to it just kind of like destroys your life, you know? Because then they can be like, oh, look, I was just so concerned and they yelled at me. Like, I don't deserve to be yelled at like that. And then they play victim. And it's like, you're the one who brought it up. Like, that shit's fucked up. And the fucked up thing is when they do it with everything that you've been vulnerable with them about. And you're just like, oh, okay. George says, I did. I retired from there and they lost their jobs within a week. Hey, George! Yes! That's how it is, though. Like, I had a job where this one dude was saying that I was stupid, that I didn't understand what I was talking about, because he felt threatened that I was going to take his job. And long story short, I was telling everyone, like, hey, you know, like, this is something to be worried about. And since he was, like, in charge of a lot of stuff within the department, long story short, he got laid off. And he got fired, and now he can't find another job. And he, like, messaged me on LinkedIn, and he was like, hey, like, do you know any places that are hiring or whatever? And I just haven't responded. I just fucking ghosted him. Because, like, sorry, you can't afford to pay for your house anymore. Oops. You did what you did, babes. Like, what do you do? It just happens. I'm so sorry. I don't know. In my opinion, I'd rather look stupid to some people for not reacting and pretending like I don't understand what's happened, and then have people clock what stuff is happening, and then sit there and, like, yell at people all the time. I don't know. It's just not worth my effort. I'm not aggressive like that. I'm very passive. I'm just like, okay, if you're gonna be like that, everyone's gonna find out. And we think what they're doing is okay until someone clocks them, you know? And even then, like what we were talking about earlier, a lot of people don't want to accept what they've done wrong. So they'll just blame it on other people. Like they will. And it's like, okay, you can't have accountability. So when the same shit keeps, not even the same shit, but like when you're really struggling to have people, you can't make new friends, you can't do any of that sort of thing, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Like, you, at some point, if you're holding other people to standards that you yourself are not meeting, or that you're not holding anyone else to that standard as well, then yeah, clearly you're the fucking problem. But people don't want to accept that. It's like a rule for thee, but not for me. And it's just like, oh, you think no one sees that shit? Okay. Okay, babes. And it's like, it's interesting, but whatever. Whatever. Ah! I'm looking at perfumes right now. Not actually, but like I was before. I there's a perfume that I really, it's I've been, once I get a new job, I'm gonna buy it. It's just so cool. It's so cool. I love it so much. It smells so good. So once it's one of my favorites. But yeah. Yo. Yo yo. Anyways, I also need to get more water. And I don't even know what I'm gonna cook for dinner tonight. I think it'll be good though. Oh, hey, don't forget you have a wish list still. That's true. I always forget. I don't want to like milk everybody for stuff. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. And I really appreciate it. I was sitting here looking at the Amazon wish list yesterday and I was like, I gotta add more stuff to it. But I don't know what else to add. So I was thinking about like adding some not like clothes or anything like that, but like things that I use like often for stream. So like I was thinking about getting like, I don't know, some stuff for this set, and then for like outside of stream, maybe like little projects, and that'd be fun. And we can just like, once it's done, it'll be like an achievement unlocked or whatever. Not achievement unlocked, but then I can like, I don't know, just I'll put like stuff here or there. I feel like that'd be good. Ah, I'm so excited. I'm like, you don't have to, I don't know, I think it's interesting, but I love perfumes. I think it's so fun. I like smelling really good. I have for like most of my life. It's just so nice. I'm just like, ooh, yes. Let me smell delicious. So I like to get really weird ones, and I'm just like, yes, give it to me. And I don't know, it's super fun. It's super fun. And I'm like, I don't know. I try to get ones that are like safer, you know, for pets and stuff like that. But yeah. I like the sense that people are like, that makes you smell like a library or like a grandma, and I'm just like, and I'll mix them all together, and I'll be like today, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm wearing today. You don't need to know, so it'll be a surprise for another day. Be a surprise. But yeah, I like it a lot. You like the deep voice, yeah. I remember my sister's a perfume nut. Yes! You should tell her to, I don't know. They have subscriptions, like, that you can do if you want to get more. I don't really do that often, but yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I like androgynous. Well, I like all the scents, actually. I like trying different things. I'm like, what do you smell like? And I'm just like, And I'll just sit there and that's why like almost everything I wear on my body is scent free. So then when I wear the perfume, it's like you can smell it. I'm like, yeah. So my lotion, my shampoo, technically my shampoo and conditioner. My shampoo right now is not scented. It's kind of minty though, just because it's a medicated shampoo. And then my conditioner, has like a rose-ish scent to it, which I'm okay with like that being like an undertone for most of my scents. But eventually I want to get like, not even eventually, next time I'm getting a scent-free conditioner that I can use. So I'm just gonna be like, just the perfume being like, and my deodorant. You can't really get scent-free deodorant. So I got like a neutral deodorant smell. Not like baby powder though. I like baby powder on other people, just not on me. Not on me. George says, it's a shame this isn't a smell-o-vision. I know! People will like come up to me and they'll be like, you smell so good. And now, yo, I'll smell people in person. I'll be like, hey, are you wearing like Versace right now? And they'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, you smell good. I'll be like, are you wearing like the original Daisy? And they'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, it's such a good wear for you. Like it suits you so well. Sometimes people wear perfume and they like wear too much like other scented stuff, so you can't really tell what it is. And I'm just like, and I always ask them, I'm just like, what are you wearing? I don't know. It's just so good. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But yeah, I like the smells. I wish I could like have you guys smell it and be like, smell the little thing. I don't know, but lately I've been getting more compliments on it, and people are like, "Oh, you smell so good," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." What does that mean? Uh, oh, nice. Oh no. Then some people will be mean to me, and they'll be like, yum, yum, and I'm just like, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Oh no. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I can't decide. Also, I should get more water. Water is very important for my body. My body, my body. I just can't decide. I'm trying to get like a ton of different scents right now. But I don't know if you guys care about that. Says I can't do that. Walk up to a lady and say you smell great. I do it to everybody. If I have a compliment for someone, I fucking say it. Like, I say it every single time. And they're like, I've had some people be like, are you flirting with me? And I'm like, no. Even if, okay, sometimes if they're scary, I don't say that. I'm just like, but if they talk to me, I'll be like, yeah, you look nice. Good job for you. Or I'll be like, oh, you know, like, you're, that's how you can tell I grew up in like a non-profit, like, kiddo vibes, because you like give people compliments all the time. That's how I was like trained to talk to people. So I'll be like, yeah, and then it makes them like happy. But then sometimes they think that you're like flirting with them and you're just like, I'm not trying to do that, but yay. It's funny. But you could just like, if someone's like around you, you could be like, oh, your perfume's nice, you know? Like, it smells good. What is it? And then I'll be like, oh, girl, tell me where you got it. And they'll be like, I got it on sale, like so and so, or like I got it from so and so, and it was like exclusive. And then people love talking about that shit because they invest in it. So it's like especially in today's market, people like really invest in it. So it's like a very key part of their personality. Not really like a key part, but like if they choose to wear it, then that means that they like really chose to wear it, you know? It's not like everybody can just afford everything all the time. That's why you get samples and then you get the full size if you really like it. Hey, okay, I'll be right back. I gotta get water. I think I'm gonna make like a chickpea thing. I feel like that'd be really good. You know, like a chickpea dinner. Chickpeas with beans and peppers. I have some peppers I can harvest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What do I want today? I don't know. What else do you guys want to chit chat about? We're just talking about like a lot of deep stuff, like fuck these people, they suck, and rhymes like that. Like tell you peas, chickpeas. So like the little like, oh sorry, fuck. The shit. But the I didn't mean to do that. But like you know like the things that they make hummus out of. Oh shit, it's so good. Delicious. Mm. You did it. I did in fact do it. I did in fact do that. Got that brain shit going on. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry. Oh, I said man. Hmm. I don't know. I think I might make chickpeas, have like some good stuff. Maybe I'll do rice. I don't know. I either do like chickpeas or rice. It is kind of like dense. You know, I can do that pretty well. I don't know how I did that. That was like gross. I don't know how I made that face. It like made my neck pop. Oh well. What else can we talk about? This is why we have miscellaneous Mondays. That'll be fun. Hmm. I'm trying to like look for like, I don't know, do you guys want to like look at, I don't know. I'm not gonna share perfume with you. I'm not gonna do it. It's my secret. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? Let's see, like, I don't know. My brain's just been like bloop 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 bloop. This week's kind of like blah. Oh, hey, did you folks ever for kind of, but not really. It's in the garage. It's in the garage, just kind of leaking radiator fluid. And I gotta clean that up. Basically, there's a tube that's out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have a couple of things that I'm debating whether or not I want one. Because, like, I really would like to have one. And I'd probably do it like all the cliche dudes do, where I'd, like, lift it. Or maybe I'd drop it. I'd probably get, like, air suspension for it. And then make sure that the ride height's, like, high enough that I could drive it in city. And then I don't know. I'd want like a black one or like a dark green one. I really like dark green cars. I have like a list of cars that I want. So as I've been able to like drive different ones, I'm just like, okay. I really like the 944 because it has pop-up headlights, which is like obviously one of my favorite things ever. And I make it look really cute. You can put cat litter on the or yeah, the alternator fluid will soak it up. We do have some actually. We had to get like the clay cat litter from Walmart, and that's what is underneath it right now. Well, we have that in a pan, so it doesn't stain the because it stained part of our driveway, which sucks. And there's someone else in the neighborhood that has one too. So I was like, ah, because I was walking. Well, technically not my neighborhood, but I was walking the dogs, and I was like walking through like a little area, and I was like, oh, you have one? And then I just kind of like went closer to the neighbor's house. So I was like looking into their yard, and I was like, he's red. It was cool. It was cool. I really like it. But I think, I don't know. It's not antifreeze is deadly to animals. I know. That's the thing. So it has to be disposed of. That's why it's in the garage. Especially with like radiator fluid and stuff like that. I just don't want to, I don't want anything to like get close to it. So he cleaned out the garage yesterday before I streamed, which is why I started a little bit late. And then, no, actually 2 days ago on Saturday, which I was like actually on time, ironically. And today I was late because there was like a line at the post office, and I was just like, fuck my life, I guess. I guess I did get sun. Look at the color difference. Wow. Good for me, Lamau. Did you know sunburns are literally like your skin cells dying, and then the reason why you get tanner is because it's like a defense system for your skin cells. And then people are like, that's why I get my base burned before I tan, and I'm just like, that's not good. That's not good. You're supposed to tan gradually. And if you can't tan with sunburn, then you're not really tan. Your body's just freaking the fuck out. Anyways. Let's see. Huh. Hmm. Oh, George says, yeah, also you get your cancer base too. I know. And skin cancer is like dangerous because it shows up like years later. Like, it's something where, like, with older people, dermatologists, like, I mean, obviously they still wear it. They're like, wear your sunscreen and stuff because it helps you look better, but, like, it's better for your skin, blah, blah, blah. But they'll literally be like, it's so funny. They, like, one of my dermatologist friends was like, yeah, like, I just get worried about the people who are like you lifeguarding and stuff growing up. Or I used to do tanning beds when I was in high school because I was working out a lot. I was powerlifting and shit. I was really into like Alpha Elite. You know, like Christian Guzman, Buff Bunny, Nikki, Nikki Blackketter and stuff. I'm exposing myself, but I was a gym rat for a really long time. And it was like one of my favorite things. That's why I'm getting back into it. Oh, I'm gonna be swole. I'm sorry. But anyways, it's so good. Uh, Buff Bunny, yeah, she has like a clothing brand. Oh my God. I want to show you, Jim. In Missouri, Texas, there's this gym called it's Alpha Land. It's fucking insane, dude. It's a fitness center in Missouri, Texas. I'm gonna like, it's fucking crazy. It's insane. It is actually insane. Hold up. Hold up. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? And I'm gonna be like, bro, I don't even know what to tell you. It's crazy. But, wait, okay. There we go. We can see it. I was looking at perfumes from Scentbird because I get the subscription. Okay. Alpha Land is a massive gym. And so, let me show you. Okay. So he's like 40. He's like a celebrity kind of guy, but he works out and he does like powerlifting and stuff. I was like, yeah, look at him go. So he gets like shredded as fuck because he obviously has to cut, and he used to do physique competitions, which is like what I wanted to do. I wanted to do bikini physique, which is what his girlfriend does. See? And he's natural, bitch. This is like not roided at all, but he like has his cut season and stuff like that. So I used to really watch a lot of his videos, especially when I was like repairing my relationship with food and trying to focus more on like getting healthier and stuff. But then I tore my pec, so I couldn't do shit. But this is what he looked like. He originally started making guitar videos and online, and he was a guitar teacher, and then he started doing like workout shit. And now he's really, really popular. And this is his wife. I don't know if they're married, but she has a Buff Bunny, and that's like a workout collection. I think they're kind of crazy, but I remember this episode because he literally bought his dad a Cadillac. He even bought his dad a house and stuff like that when they started making more money. But yeah, that's when I stopped watching because I was like, your political views are interesting and I don't really like them. But he used to date a girly pop named Blacketer, which she's really like I started watching her videos. And I don't know if she still does stuff anymore, but she was a Gymshark. This is so much shit that you don't even need to know about. You probably do not know anything about this stuff whatsoever. But she was basically like an athlete. I don't know if she does stuff anymore. I think this is more recent her, but yeah. She used to work out a lot, and she had really, really good techniques for like lots of stuff. Lots and lots of workout stuff, but I don't think she really like does it anymore. I don't know. I don't know. But she was an ambassador for Gymshark for a really long time. And then I think she had some controversy or whatever. Who knows? But yeah, she did Gymshark stuff for a really, really long time. And I don't think she does that anymore. Because these are like really old videos. Who knows? You've never been in a gym? George, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. But here's Alpha Land. It is a massive, massive fucking gym. They have powerlifting, CrossFit, b-ball, running slides, which sometimes they have like artificial turf on them. Usually, like, it's just like this incline slide that you just run up. They have a football, soccer field, kickboxing gym, workout studios, workspaces, because it's basically like where, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Okay, it's basically where a ton, like literally I'm talking a fuck ton of people go to work out. I was into working out like a ton in high school. It was my goal to do a bikini competition, but then I tore my pec and I had to recover from that, and I was like, well, this is a good time to recover from my eating disorder. And now I've been conditioning to start doing that again. So Christian Guzman, he made 3D energy drinks, which you've probably seen around. Buff Bunny has a collection, Inaka and Sour Strips. I don't know if they're affiliated or what. But yeah, it's huge. It's massive. 1 day, 3 day, 7 day pass. It's expensive. They don't really have, I don't think they really have like a yearly pass, because like 7 days you have to spend $149. And it's targeted for content creators. So like, it's a filming friendly gym, and it's really popular. I like it a lot. I wouldn't mind working out there because I used to work at a gym. I used to like teach people and stuff. So I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. That's why I've been conditioning. Maybe I should like, honestly, I'm gonna start making some videos about like the conditioning and stuff I've been doing. I'm maybe might get back into like I don't know. I don't know if I'll get into physique because it's so detail oriented on your body. And I don't know if that'd be great for me. But like I'm finally in a phase where I've been like working out enough that I feel more comfortable with myself. So it's been good. And I want people to see like how you can do it when you have literally nothing, because that's what I do. And I'm not going to be like showing everything off and being like, this is what I look like or whatever. But I'm getting to the point where like I have like more abs again and stuff, and like I can handle longer workouts. And I'm working out at least 30 minutes a day to a full hour, depending on what I'm training. And I used to train 6 days a week for 1.5 to 2 hours a week. But that was when I was coaching. So I had to like do a lot of stuff with my students. George says, when I was younger, I was a mason tender. I carried 16-inch block, both hands up scaffolding, and that was my gym. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So they have like a warehouse gym and a commercial gym, which are a little bit different. I have I have weird proportions. So I have a really short torso but really long legs. And in the gym that like it kind of makes you look not bulky, but like you like the girls that I was showing you and stuff, they're shorter, so they look more like not aesthetically pleasing, but like when you're shorter and you build up muscle, it shows a lot faster than someone who's taller like me. Like my body, like I'm not gonna show you like the whole thing because like I'm not wearing like tight clothes or whatever, so you can't tell. But my legs, my hips go all the way up to here. Like I have like my hip stops right here, the top of my hip bone. My shoulder is like here. Like you can see, that's like I have a very short torso. Very short torso, really long legs. That's why my friends called me like daddy long legs when I was growing up. So when I work out, I have to bulk a lot differently. Like I mean, you can't really control how your body puts on like muscle and fat and stuff like that. Like it will distribute it evenly, but you know, or at least with your genetics. But let me show you in Alpha Land tour. Oh my god, it's a really long video. Well, okay, I think this would be good. I don't know who this person is. George Roman. Is he a piece of shit? Wait, let me look him up. George Roman. Okay. Yeah. I think he just goes to a lot of gyms and like does it. But I want you to see this gym because it's literally fucking crazy, dude. It's like actually insane. Sorry, but I'm just like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Okay, let me be sure I have like the volume. I think he's gonna be like, hey, what's up, you guys? Hey, and his name's also George. Tell me if you're not interested in this. I don't know.
Gyms in the world. Outland.
Alright, that's the last. I think that should be good. If it's too loud, I'll turn it down.
This gym sits on an 18-acre property, has 3 different gyms, 2 basketball courts, and an outdoor volleyball area. With that being
It was
said,
posted earlier this year. The
as soon as you
music.
walk in, this place is stunning. If you don't feel like a peasant,
Oh my
you're in the wrong
gosh.
place. They got their apparel, they got a hologram, they got this badass
I gotta
legacy
watch
wall.
this dude build
they
up
got
his channel
mannequins,
from the
they got
bottom up.
more
I was
mannequins.
literally
This place is
a
awesome. Look at the
follower
shiny
when
floor.
he had,
And they
I
also got a
think,
recovery lounge
10,000
right
followers,
over
and
there.
now he has like millions
But
or
let me
whatever.
keep showing you guys around. Right there to your right, you're gonna see the raw nutrition area. They got Ghost as well too, and they also have a Buff Bunny store. Let's go check it out. 3D Energy, Howard is making its way back. Sour Strips, that's a badass story right there. I like Max, he's a good guy. Check this place out. It looks awesome. It looks like a luxury store. That's what it is. So all you ladies, check this place out. Oh, Inaka. They got some cool Inaka stuff in here. Yeah, really, really cool. One of my favorite parts about this retail area is their desk.
Yo,
Look
it's
how cool that
massive,
looks.
bro.
It's made of
I
one
know,
whole
I
piece
wouldn't
of
want to be
marble,
here. I wouldn't
and
mind
it's
working
got
here.
the
Honestly,
engraved
being in
learn
this
more,
gym,
dream more,
imagine
be
being
more
surrounded by
logo in
people
there.
who are
Now we're
just
gonna make
full
our
as
way
fuck. It'd be
into
so
outlet
motivational.
units. Let's go check it out.
It was so good for me. I was like, I'm gonna push
This
myself.
is a place where you come
That's
and
why I
hang
work out
out.
like
You
2.5
can purchase
hours a day.
meal, you can purchase
Sometimes,
a drink,
not
whatever
often.
you like. They got really nice
Usually like
restrooms.
an hour and
They
a
got a
half.
really cool wall right here with Outfleet on it. You got sitting areas, and the kitchen is right there at the end. Look at this place. The black floors, the white floors, the gold chairs, the beautiful view. This place is awesome. But now, let's move over to the fun stuff. Let's go check out
They have
gym
a whole
number 1.
cafe, yo, what the fuck? Let me full screen. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm also losing my voice, so if I'm like, that's fine.
Before you walk into gym number 1, you're gonna be entering this badass tunnel right here. It's got some blue lights. It's got some black glass. This place
what the
looks
fuck?
sick. Kind of gets you excited and pumped to actually get a workout in here. This is gym number 1.
I remember when he opened up
this
his
gym
first
is actually
gym.
AC,
Yo,
and it
it's
has some of the
crazy.
nicest equipment
Crazy. It was a
out of the
warehouse.
whole gym.
This
in
is
here.
massive
So it's got
more.
Prime.
This is like way
It's got
more,
Hanada.
way more
It's
massive.
got some brand new hammer strength. It's got cable crossovers by Arsenal Strength. And it also has a turf section over there, which we're gonna check out. They got some booty builder stuff. Everything in this room is
Booty
brand
builder
new.
stuff,
They got deadlift
bro.
platforms, they got squat racks, literally anything that you need, they have it in here. So this right here is more like you're stretching, you can do sprints, you can do sleds, whatever it is that you like, you can do that here. And you also, this is where you enter the recovery lounge. You're not gonna go in there just yet. But they got Smith machines, they got squat racks over there. The sound system is really
have, like,
nice, and
everything.
you get access to actual natural lighting, which is really, really cool. Cardio is upstairs, which we're gonna make our way up there in a little bit. But a few things that I do like about this room right here is that it's actually not very crowded, and it's actually AC, so it feels really good here all year round. They do have a warehouse area that is non-AC, that is gym number 2, and we're gonna go check out here in a little bit. Dumbbells do go all the way up to 200 pounds. They got 4 benches, a lot of adjustable
Yeah, see
benches
how, like,
right
no
there,
one
and
cares that
they
he's
have all their
filming?
chest presses
It's
back
insane.
here. They got
It's
hammer
like
strength,
all
they got
influencers
Arsenal,
come
they got
here.
Prime, they got Hanada. Some of the top brands
People
are in
literally
this
move
gym.
to
They
the
got
city
mirrors
just so
literally
they
all
can
over
work
the
out
place, which
here
actually
and
makes
have
the
it in
room
their
look a
background
lot
because it's
bigger
such a
than what it
fucking
actually
flex.
is.
Like,
Right
it's
next to the dumbbell
wild.
sections, they have a studio. Let's go
It
check it out.
makes sense, but
So
it's like
this is
damn.
their studio room, aka the selfie room. They got bikes right there. They got more bikes. It's literally just a big empty room. I believe this is where they host some classes. One of the things that I do like is that ever since we got here, there's literally people cleaning all over the facility. They do provide towels as well. All right, now we're gonna make our way to gym number 2.
I think they probably have like yearly stuff too, or like discounts for family members and everything.
Oh, they actually got a
But it gets
nice
packed.
little outdoor section here. We're gonna check that out first before we go in there. Oh, this is pretty cool. So it's like you're just training outside. It looks like a functional training area right over there. I've actually seen these things before. It's like a little hill that you can climb up. They got a whole nother section over here too. It's got a deadlift
Sometimes
platform,
you'll be pulling
Smith
shit and running
machines,
up the
bench
hill.
presses. No, these are actually combo racks. So if you're a power lifter and you want to train kind of like outside, this is gonna be your spot right here. It's got mirrors, it's got a roof over it. Pretty cool. Also, another section that they haven't opened up just yet.
I prefer the
It's gonna be
AC,
right out
yo.
here. It's gonna be
I
an
wanna sweat
outdoor
in peace.
recovery lounge. Look at how cool this tree is, right in the middle of this whole thing. So they have infrared saunas, they have cold plunges. This is gonna be kind of like your outdoor heaven. Now let's move over to the fun stuff. Let's
Isn't
walk into
it
gym number 2.
insane?
This is gym number 2. If
Oh
you
my
like kind
God.
of like your outdoor warehouse vibe, this is gonna be the place for you. They got a dumbbell section right here. Also, dumbbells go all the way up to 200 pounds in here as well. They got a badass mural, kind of like a lit up Alpha Elite logo up there, which looks really awesome.
This is not
on
an
top
ad,
of
by the
dumbbell
way.
section.
I just think it's
all the
so
bench
wild.
presses right here. Big cable
And I haven't
crossover
seen a
right here
full
to your
tour yet.
right. They got all this badass equipment here too. It looks like they have a good mixture of pin selected and plate loaded equipment. So over here, you're gonna find most of your plate loaded pieces. Back here is where you're gonna find most of your pin selected pieces, which we're gonna make our way through. Back here, you're gonna find all of your powerlifting stuff. So they got more deadlift platforms, they got more combo racks, they got all your
Look how
squat racks
everything's
right there to
color-coded,
your left,
too.
and they also have
You used to
an
have Gold's
outdoor
weights,
turf
like Gold's
section in
gym
here.
weights,
This one's actually one of my
which, like,
favorite
the Gold's
X
gym
ones
was
that was
really
ever
popular
built.
for a
It's
long
made by
time, too.
Cybex, very, very old school piece.
Like,
And it's awesome
there's
that they have
one
one of
in,
these in
I
here. They got
think,
an outdoor turf. They got more
Santa
mirrors. It's very
Monica,
clean.
or
Out
Venice
here,
Beach,
not
that
only
used to
did
be
they
really,
have
really
one
popular for a long
basketball court,
time.
They have
Like, everybody
two
went
basketball
there.
courts. How sick is that? Everything
Because
in
they also
here
have
is
like the outdoor
branded
gym and
Alpha
stuff
Land.
too.
Proud but never satisfied. Satisfied but never proud. That is going to be the second basketball court, but it looks like they're going to be
It's
setting
proud
up for
but
some
never
good old
satisfied,
pickleball.
bitch.
Now we're going to check out gym number 3.
I think I'd want to work out over here, like just like in a very like closed-in space. It makes
This
me feel
place is
safer.
actually on the smaller side. It looks like it's a good solid 1,000 square feet of space in here. They got some pin selected stuff here. They got a glute machine right over here, leg extension, leg and hamstring curl. They got some dumbbells. It looks nice. Now we're gonna head over to the back. I actually like this posing room. Look at the mirrors here. They kind of like tilt, so you can get like some back shots, you know? If you're a bodybuilder like me, this is gonna be your spot right here. This is your room. And they got some natural lighting in here. Badass. Oh, they actually got another room over here. Oh, it's another posing room. Wow, so they got 2 posing rooms in this small gym. Pretty cool. How do we
It's
turn
so
on the lights?
wild, yo.
One of
Pose, strike a pose. I don't think people should be
Yeah, so they
struggling
got
all the
2
time, by
posing
the way.
rooms
I would never
in this
endorse
gym.
that. It's
so that
not
makes
good
it
for
my
you.
favorite gym. Gym number 3,
It
baby.
destroys your body to get that lean, by the way. I've been around lots of like people who did body comp and wrestling and stuff like that, where they'd have to cut really hard. Like
Now
my
we're gonna
ex
check out
used
their
to do
brand
that,
new
and
recovery
I
lounge.
I helped out with wrestling teams and stuff. So yeah, they go intense. Like their brains stop functioning properly sometimes, depending on how much they cut. If they go too low, they just cannot
This place is
function.
beautiful. So as soon as you walk in, you get a desk right here to your left with a young gentleman ready to say hi to you whenever you walk in. We got some massage chairs, Hydra massage chairs, 5 of them in here. Now we're gonna step over to the other side. They got a nice little hangout area here. Infrared
you have to
sauna
pay, like,
with
an
some
extra
towels
fee
right
for
next
this.
to it.
Maybe not,
Those
maybe it's
are
included.
reclining chairs
Okay, there you
for
go.
normative
Pricey.
leg compression. Check out that plant. It's $1,000 right there. Cool. That's it, man. So technically, we're not supposed to be here because we're not cool people and we're not athletes like that lady over there. But she's gonna sneak us in. We're going to the VIP lounge.
Yeah. So if you partner with Alpha Elite, you get like a specific lounge, or if you're close to the people that are like in it.
So we have entered the
Which
VIP
I'm not surprised that they
room.
have this.
I no
'cause, like,
longer
damn.
feel
I
like
was
a peasant.
hoping that
Check
I
this
could
place
like
out. It is awesome.
find
They got
his like
candy,
Christian's
they got
video on
TV
this,
over there,
but I bet it's
hangout
pretty
area
cool.
here, beautiful couches.
So I wanted to
and
get like
this
the more
is
up-to-date
probably my
one.
favorite part, the bar. Look at all the cool stuff they have in here. Look at the chandelier. It looks like $1 million in here. I was told that you can pretty much drink whatever you want in here. We're not gonna do that obviously, because I've been sober for 3 years. Had an addiction. But let me show you guys this area here. They got beers.
A lot of
and now
like
let me
ex
show you
addicts
guys
get into
the
working out
arcade.
too.
Water.
So I'm
Gotta stay
surprised they have a
hydrated.
bar.
So this right here is the arcade room.
But, you
They
know,
got so many games in here. You
it's
can
in a
just
private
come
lounge.
out here, hang out if you're an athlete or if you know an athlete. Look at all this cool stuff. They got more mirrors. You can see the whole gym from here. Basketball court, more sitting areas. They got a pool table, ping pong table, and just the decor in here is really, really nice. The
They
flooring,
have fucking
green
turf
wall,
on the
TVs,
walls.
everything.
Yeah, what
They
the
even play some
fuck?
basketball. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And I don't know what this is.
Oh
Trying to
my
help me out here.
god.
How do you pronounce this? First thing that came to my mind was shuffleboard, but I don't know if that's. Well, it looks fun. I've played before. I just don't know what it's called.
I
We got
love
another
those.
hangout area right here. More TVs. Big mirror right here. Yeah, this place is awesome. That is gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked this place out, definitely come check it out. If you live in the Sugarland area, their memberships are only $109 a month. Do I think it's worth it?
Oh,
Yes.
okay, okay. So
Comment
the
down
7
below.
day is more
Is
than
this
the
place
monthly.
worth
I guess that makes
$109 a
sense.
month?
But
Till next time.
I feel like it's not. Is it actually that much? Wait, hold up, hold up. Let's see. Trainers, you obviously have to sign a waiver. I cancel my membership. Join now. An error loading this page. Well, I guess we can't explore that. Here, try one more time though. No, you bitch. Maybe they're not doing that right now. Who knows? It's really interesting though. Wait, shop now. Let's see. Checkout. I'm not buying that bitch. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Anyways, what did you think of that? It's like huge. It's one of the biggest gyms I've ever seen. But like, I don't know. I could show you like more gyms. Like I said, I was so into this shit. Like so into it. It's such like I don't know what that says about me, but I was like a little obsessed. Just a little obsessed with it. I was like so into that sphere to the point where like I was like I don't know, I was like always shredded, always had abs. Like I still have like some photos and videos of like when I was like cutting, not really cutting, but like when I was like more peak, which I never want to get like that small again unless I'm like competing again or like wanting to compete again. So yeah, because like you do cut and bulk cycles, and then you can like see, okay, now I'm cutting this time. Am I like, is my physique good enough to compete yet? And then it'd be like, okay, yes or no. And then I was just gonna do that a couple of years, then start competing. But then I got injured. Well, first I tore my I think it's my UCL, like right here. And that's usually what happens where people have to get like Tommy John surgery. It's like a baseball injury, but I was injured by my ex, so I just got fucked there. And then I tore my pec the second time I was getting into it again, so I was like, yay. But anyways, I thought that was fun to share because it's something that I'm like actually not insanely passionate about, but I've been like really into it for like most of my life. I've always done like lots of athletics. Like my aunt, she was a competitive cyclist, and she was the one who got me invested in like gym stuff when I was younger. So I wasn't able to like do a lot of things. So when I would go down and visit her for whatever, she would take me to the gym and she like taught me how to start lifting and working out. Then I worked at a gym, and then yeah. And that's when I really started refining. Because like, you know, when you have like people who are athletes or who are good athletes, like I had D1 athletes who were like helping me train and condition. And that's when I was like, okay, fuck, This is fun. And I want to get back into it because the community is great. It's like super fun. Although you kind of have to pay your way into a lot of it, which is why I've been conditioning at home instead of like wasting my money going to the gym. And I kind of wish that I was making videos so I can like look at my progress. Because like earlier this year is when actually last year I started conditioning a bit more. No, it hasn't even been that long. I started last year. And in the fall, doing it about once a week, making sure like mentally I could like focus on my body and like how I was feeling rather than like other stuff. And then I really started breaking shit down. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Start doing like more strength intensity stuff. Start adding like weight. Start like doing all this, and this. And then I've been doing it really slowly. So now I'm to the point where I'm working out finally 5-6 days a week. And then once I do that comfortably, start adding more of a weight routine, like with at-home makeshift weights, then I'm going to like go back into the gym because I want it to be worth it. I want it to be worth it. It needs to be worth it. But it's fun. It's fun. I don't know. It's like I'm very competitive. So when you're competing with yourself, I like that. I like that a lot. That feeling of like, okay, this is my old PR, I'm gonna hit a new one. And so a lot of people aren't like that. They get really weirded out by it. But I'm like really, I think it's fun. And then you get buff and then people are like, ugh. But I want to have like a sleeper build. Or like I'll be like wearing like dainty, like girly ass clothes, and then when they see me, they're just like, holy fuck. And I'm just like anyways, okay, I gotta go make food. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that. Sorry my throat's really sore. I've been talking like all week. And George says walking is my best exercising I do right now, which is good. When I get older, I'll probably just walk too, honestly. Like I'm doing this because I'm young and I want to take advantage of my body before I get older. You know? Which is what you did. You did like all of the moving stuff around and the super heavy stuff and everything like that. So like no comparisons. It's different, you know? I grew up with like a lot of athletic stuff. If I didn't grow up in the church, I would have been an athlete growing up, for sure. For sure. And I was so upset that I never got to do it because I wanted to do soccer, swim, and then I also wanted to do like track and field, even though I hate running, but I really wanted to do like something cool. Not cross country, because no, thank you. But I guess soccer can be like a spring or a fall sport, so whichever one. Those are dates. Or I wanted to do cheer, but my family was like, no. And I was like, okay. Because I get to do all this stuff instead. Yeah. Anyways, it's time for me to go. I guess now you have learned more about my lore, Lamau, and I don't know if I'll give updates on me working out or anything like that, but it was fun. And then tomorrow we start the topic of the week, so that will be good. I have more of a solid schedule, knock on wood, which I think will make life easier. Next semester for classes, not this upcoming one, but I don't know, we'll see. There's a semester where I might not be, my schedule might get messed up because of some classes that I have. And I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ideally, I'd like to stream earlier in the day, but I like streaming in the evening too, so that I can see all of you guys. So. Anyways, I gotta go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and sleep well, stay safe, stay alive, and just